Hey guys, it's your friend Royler Coaster here, coming back with another video. Last time I gave you my list of underrated UK coasters, so today I thought I would flip it around and give you my top 10 overrated UK coasters. Before we start, I would just like to say that I love all the coasters on this list. I just think they get a little bit more hype than they deserve. Also guys, if you do like the video, drop a like and sub if you can, and with that out of the way, let's get into the list. At number 10 we have the Scenic Railway at Dreamland Margate. Now bear with me here. I know that given that this ride is the oldest coaster in the country, it needs to be respected and revered. However, due to it being over 100 years old, this ride is rather tame, and I don't really think that it's worth going out of your way to ride unless you're an extreme coaster enthusiast. Especially as there are rides like the Scenic Railway in Great Yarmouth, which are nearly as old and are much better. At number 9 we have the Cobra at Paultons Park. Now this coaster is a solid attraction at a great theme park. However, as Paultons has evolved over the years and added many more thrilling and exciting roller coasters, the Cobra just can't seem to keep up. It's a unique wild mouse attraction, but lacks any dramatic drops, with its best part being the small airtime hills at its end. And whilst I do love this ride, I can't help but feel that it's time for something new to replace it. At number 8 we have the Nickelodeon Streak at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. This is another old ride that I feel gets a lot more hype than it deserves. Whilst it is good fun, the track layout is very short and repetitive, and I feel that there are much better wooden coasters at Pleasure Beach to ride, let alone the country. And this is another attraction I wouldn't mind seeing removed for something much better. At number 7 we have Colossus at Thorpe Park. Now, I really love this ride. Its track layout's great, and the first drop into the loop and Cobra Roll is just brilliant. However, with the introduction of Sick at Flamingo Land, which in my opinion is much smoother, has an even better first drop, and has lap bar restraints, I think Colossus has lost its place as the best 10 looping coaster in the country, yet still seems to get all the praise. At number 6 we have Shockwave at Drayton Manor. Now don't get me wrong, this is a very exhilarating coaster. However, it's far too short for my liking, and the standing up gimmick isn't as cool as you think it would be. Also, I feel the ride can be quite rough, but I am hoping this will be fixed a bit next year when it turns into a sit-down coaster. At number 5 we have Saw the Ride at Thorpe Park. Now weirdly enough, this is one of my all-time favourite coasters. However, the reason why it's placed on this list is because it is the most painful roller coaster in the country, and people just seem to ignore that fact because it's an awesome ride. On the plus side though, its painfulness does make it feel more like a jigsaw trap. At number 4 we have Oblivion at Alton Towers. This ride is less of a coaster and more of a glorified drop tower. And since the creation of greater B&M dive coasters like Baron 1898, Oblivion has really been left behind in the dust. We all know dropping into the black hole is extremely exhilarating, but due to how short the ride is, anything more than a 10-minute queue for this coaster is just not worth it. At number 3 we have Stealth at Thorpe Park. This ride towers over the Thorpe Park skyline, gathering queues of up to 3 hours long in the summer. But the fact that its track layout is so short is just infuriating to me, as due to the ride's extreme speed, it's over before you can even blink. Now, with the construction of Hyperia well underway, I think it won't be long until Stealth is replaced by something much more impressive. At number 2 we have the Vampire at Chessington. Now this is another ride that is not only brilliant, but also a UK coaster classic, being designed by the legendary John Wardley. However, with the ride being over 30 years old now, it's starting to become really run down and rough. Also, when you remember that so many other great rides have been made since this attraction's creation, I think the only reason this coaster gets so much praise these days is because it's just such a theme park icon. Finally, at number 1 we have the big one at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Now, this is a ride that I think everyone can agree is extremely overhyped. Whilst containing a great first drop, afterwards the ride only consists of a few small airtime hills and some mild turns. I can't help but wonder, with Hyperia taking the crown of the tallest coaster from the big one next year, if Blackpool will take it as a sign to remove this attraction and replace it with a new, world-class coaster instead. Well then guys, that's the end of my list. Do you think I got it right? Let me know in the comments and tell me what you think is the most overrated coaster. Once again guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you did enjoy it, please do consider dropping a like and a sub. But until next time, have a good one.